Welcome back, folks. I'm going to walk you through my trading plan for the upcoming news announcement later today in New York, 8:30 a.m., where there's going to be a high impact news, which is going to be the unemployment claims. Okay. Now, this is not for everybody. This is for your learning experience only. I highly discourage people from trading the news. Okay. I've got years of experience. I understand price action. My trade journals, my Twitter profile proves my ability to read price action. Even for me, it's risky. Okay. But I manage my risk based on my account size. And I reduce my size when I'm trading the news significantly. And I only trade the news when I've got a very clear idea and bias on direction. Okay. So I did a video earlier today where I hinted that there would be a very major move in gold. And we already have had a 300 pip move so far. Okay. In the day. Right. So these are the lows. We've already moved up 300 pips. Okay. Without the news. And I believe the news will push us up another 200 or 300 pips, so that's going to be a 600 pip move in just from today. Okay. Now I also gave you a bit of a hint at what I was looking for. Okay, in our video earlier as well, and I'll use the 4-hourly chart. Okay, and I want you to go back and listen to that video again and look at what I've said. At that time, we've had this fair value gap that was not closed in. Okay, and I said that what we had taken liquidity. And now the market's seeking inefficiency and or liquidity in the opposing end. And this would be my kind of decision point. Okay, because that is liquidity. So we were still down here. And that was the inefficiency that the market could have come in and balanced. And I said, we need to see how we react from that fair value gap. That was a premium price when price was down here. Okay. And if price was going to remain within that zone, then we would see a reaction where the market would stop there and then seek liquidity or inefficiency in the opposing end. And I hinted that these equal lows would then be the draw on liquidity. I said, however, if the market goes through, we might go through and then come back down, and that would be the support. Then we would push higher. And I said that push higher may be unlikely, but that's the idea of coming up with a plan, because you don't really know exactly what the market's going to do, but you can get ideas from the market based on the price action at key levels. So that was a key level. That fair value gap was a key level. Okay. If you look at exactly what I said, there were two ways the market could have gone. Either we were going to come here and see that the market found resistance, okay, and then moved lower, or push straight through, which it did, push straight through. Go back and watch the video. I said, oh, it might just push straight through, come back down to that level, and then push higher. So the fact that it's pushed straight through, come back down, okay, into that level at that time, that was a nice entry for a move back up to this high. I didn't take that, okay, didn't take that entry at all. So what that does tell me, though, is that order flow is bullish. Okay, we are now above these two down candles, which are the bullish order blocks on our 4-hourly chart. Okay, we've gone through this fair value gap, straight through, no hesitation, come back down, found support, moved higher. Okay, and taken out these highs. So that is most likely a breaking structure on a lower time frame. This 4-hourly chart candle hasn't closed, so that's why I can't say that's a breaking structure at this point in time until this 4-hour closes. But on a lower time frame, that would be a breaking structure. Okay, so on an hourly chart. Let me take away these lines. You can see we're above these two down candles. We've closed above, so order flow is bullish. We've closed above all these down candles. Okay, order flow is bullish. And as I said in a previous video, I was expecting that this high from yesterday would be the draw on liquidity for the market as we're down here, right, to go back up through to these equal highs, which I expect to be tapped into. And I mentioned that the level that I wanted to see and expect to be hit is this 2419 level, okay, which hasn't been hit yet, but that's where I believe we are headed and above. Okay, so everything I've mentioned is coming to fruition now. And I also had a post on Twitter earlier where I drew these equal highs on a 15-minute chart, okay, as the draw on liquidity, these equal highs there, okay, which is basically the, I think they're the Asia and London sessions from Tuesday, okay. So based on all of that, I believe we're going much higher, and I believe the news will help us push even further higher. So I'm going to be looking to put a long entry in prior to the news. I don't want to wait for the news because the move will be over. I need to at least 4 or 5 minutes in prior to the news so that the spreads don't widen too much and I don't pay too much slippage. Okay, so I wanted to record this video so that I could talk through my reasoning for my bullish bias. Okay, and then show you, talk about in advance my intention to long the market at the 8:30 news announcement or just prior. Okay, again, it's not something I recommend anybody do. Okay, I know that even ICT doesn't like to risk capital on that type of a move, and it's the right thinking not to, because there is no need to elevate your risk, okay? Because there's plenty of movement in the market outside of those news announcement times, okay? So there's no need to be in the market at that time. It's elevating risk for no reason, okay? However, that's my own personal choice. That's my own personal trading style. I manage my risk by reducing my size to 1/3 of my normal position size. And I also manage my risk by understanding and trading in alignment with my bias. That doesn't mean I can't be wrong, but I have an account size where I'm allowing myself to risk a certain amount of capital for that particular opportunity, if you call it an opportunity, okay? So I'm going to pause the recording now, and I'm going to restart the recording once we get close to the news announcement so that you can see me enter live, okay? So I'm going to pause the recording, and I'll be back with you now. Time at the moment is 8:15 here at the bottom right-hand side, and about 4 or 5 minutes prior to the news announcement, which is at 8:30, I will then resume the recording, okay? Okay, so we're about 4 minutes away from the announcement. Now, I really want to enter long down here and even down here, but I don't have a choice because we're only 4 minutes away. So even though this is a nice bearish pattern that I like on a 1 minute chart, I'm ignoring that because that could simply be the manipulation as part of the manual override for the announcement to make it look like it's bearish, or it could be in fact bearish, okay? So I'm going to give myself, I'm going to go long now just because time's not on my side, but I'm going to accept that the market could come down to here and even down to here, at which point I'm going to be looking to add to my position. And that is a risk of 100 pips, okay? So I move from where we are now, if I take the long, to there is 60 pips, and down to here, what I really like is 100 pips. So I'm accepting that risk on a 3 lot, okay? For me, that's fine, no issues there, okay? That's how I want to trade this opportunity, okay? So I'm taking along now, I'm going to buy a 3 lot, okay? I have, no choice in waiting because I need to be in based on what I want to do prior to the news announcement. I'm accepting that we might go lower, okay, up to this level, which I've already marked, and even this level, which I've already marked, okay? I don't want to see us go lower than that, okay? I'm expecting a move higher, but we could have a pullback before going higher. Typically, I would, because the level's not right for me, okay? That's why I'm thinking normally I'm able to get a sniper entry, but the market's not at the level I want it to be, and I know that I can't wait for after the news because it's going to spike in whatever direction it's going to go. And my assessment is that it's headed higher, okay? My directional bias is to the long side. However, in this instance, I do believe that this is the right level or this is the right level, okay, based on my own analysis. So I am long now, 3 lot. There is about 2 minutes to go on the announcement. I'm going to go mute and we're just going to watch the market, okay? I'm going to switch to, I'll start at 1 minute, but then I'll switch to a high time frame so that we can see the move once it starts moving, but I'm going to go mute for now, okay? But I am long a 3 lot. And for me, that's fine. As I said, based on my account size, my risk tolerance, I'm accepting that risk, okay? As I said, this is not something I recommend. I'm only recording this for your entertainment, okay? So just watching the market, okay, news has been released, so we're just going to watch this. It'll take a couple of minutes for it to react. Then it's going to decide on the direction. As I said, I'm bullish. I've already got a long position on. I haven't added any at this point. It hasn't gone to the level that I wanted to. If it does go to either of the levels that I've marked, either the horizontal blue line or the bottom shaded blue area, I will add it to my position. But for now, I've got a 3 lot on and just monitoring. And I'm just going to go mute for the next few minutes while this pans out and decides on its direction, okay? Okay, this trade has now been closed out and I will journal the outcome on my Twitter profile where I journal all my trades, okay? Now, this trade did come down and it was all within my risk tolerance level, okay? And as I said, on this particular trade, I reduced my position sizing by 1/3, what I normally trade, okay? And I was okay with the fact that I may be in a drawdown of 100 pips multiplied by my position size, okay? Which was a 3 lot, okay? Then I added in accordance with my trading plan along the way as we went down, okay? And so these were the levels that I was looking for. I added some here at this blue line. Go back and rewind the video to see my plan, and then I added some more as we reached down here and started to turn around. Now, the best entry based on a setup that I've discussed in the past is when you have this 3-bar pattern at a key support zone, okay? This is the 4 hourly order block, okay, that I've got there on the chart. And you can see we've had a move down, a reversal, a push back up. This is now the bullish order blocks. Okay, these 3 down candles pushed back up and validated those back down into the order block and into these 2 up candles. Price would hold. Okay, you'll see one of my entries was around there. I think it was 24006, something around that, and that's inside of that 9:30 a.m. candle. Okay, now you might be thinking, well, why didn't I just wait for that entry? Well, it's because it was a news announcement and there was no guarantee that we would come back down here, right? If I show you a news announcement trade I did previously that I've posted on my profile, let me see where that is. You'll see that it just rocketed up and I entered prior to the news announcement, just like I did in my trade last night. That's how I trade the news. Okay, I want to be in prior to the announcement right there. Okay, so that was an 8:30 a.m. news announcement. Here's the time I entered, 25 minutes into 8, so 8:25. Had I waited to get a setup at, later, prior after that, I wouldn't have got the move. So that's why in the video that I've recorded, this video earlier, I said I'm accepting the risk on entering in early, and I'm accepting the fact that we may still come down, right? Because of time. I want to be in the trade prior to the news announcement. Now you might be thinking, well, that's FOMO. That's fear of missing out on the opportunity. And you're absolutely right. It is FOMO. I want to be in this trade. And I'm in this trade with a level of risk that I've calculated and accepted. Okay, so this is a business where I have risks, I have profit and loss. And everything I've done is in accordance with my trading plan. Okay, so I had a clear plan, I had risks that I had accepted. And I had a level where I said, if we start trading back below this level, then I'll be looking to close out that position. But this is not something that I recommend, right? This is really a video I've done just for your entertainment and just showing you how I traded the news with a trade plan and how I understood the risk and accepted that risk, okay? And I acknowledge that there's no need to trade the news because it is an elevated risk, but that's within my tolerance, okay? That's my choice. That's my style of trading. And I have that level of confidence. I have the experience behind me, okay? I have the capital on my side. I have the directional bias on my side that I'm trading within my objective. For anybody else, I don't recommend you do this at all, okay? So I'm going to be journaling the trade. As I said, this was the picture perfect entry at 9:30, but I've entered in early as explained because I wanted to be in the trade. The trade's done quite well, okay? If we go back to a 15-minute chart, we have moved up nicely. Where are we? Let's just go to where we are, okay? So we've moved up, as I said, in a video that I did earlier, I was expecting a large move, okay? So on the day so far, we're probably up around 600 pips, okay? So we're up at 440 pips so far. This move alone, if we count it from 9:30, then it's moved up already over 230 pips, okay? I've already closed this, pretty close to where we are already. So I've been able to capture a nice movement, okay? I'll journal it. Obviously, what I've done is entered as it's going down, okay? And that was my trade plan. And last position I entered was at this level, which is a level that I had mentioned on my video, okay? So again, I don't recommend you trade the news. I actually discourage it because it's elevated risk, okay? I've explained why I do it, and I do it with the acceptance of the risk. Now, what you might be asking, one question is that, what if on the news announcement we went down 300 pips? Now, that's possible, but highly improbable, okay, because, as I mentioned in this video, order flow was bullish, okay? So I am trading in line with the order flow, okay? On a 4-hourly chart, order flow was bullish, right? We were up above these 2 down candles, and they are the bullish order blocks, okay? Plus, we've done everything we need to do, in my view, down here, and I was expecting higher prices. Also, just looking at the charts, as I mentioned, that, this whole pattern was a dump for the pump, and I mentioned that this high here, this is all in previous videos, right? Just go and watch the videos, that this high here, as we came down, would be the liquidity to go higher, okay? And I didn't trade any of this movement during the day, so I was very patient, okay? And I already had mentioned to you on a 4-hourly chart what I was looking for when we were down here, okay? So just go back and watch the video, what I was looking for from this particular fair value gap. And that's really where, once we got a move up through that fair value gap, a move down, that therefore confirmed to me my directional bias to the upside, okay? So I was trading in line with my bias, and while it was possible that at the news announcement we have a big drop down, it was very highly improbable, okay? Again, that comes with experience, discipline, risk acceptance, tolerance levels, and I don't recommend anybody trading the news due to the heightened elevated risk, okay? I want to talk with you in a future video.